Well, gang, it is that time. I have done videos now for all of the new comic books coming out in November of 2020, and it is time in this video to sit down and determine what I myself will be buying. So, what have I committed to? What has made the cut? Is your favorite book on my list? Well, stick around and find out. Hey there, Bubby. Welcome to Shang Hollow. My name is Duke, and this is the pull list. Now, as I mentioned in the teaser, I have done videos already for all of the new comic books that have been solicited for sale in November of 2020. Those videos are broken down by company. In the case of some of the smaller publishers, there's sort of a jam video for several rolled into one, but you can find those in my history, or there is also a playlist called the pull list. And those videos are where I really kind of go in depth and make a lot of snarky comments. But this video, this is just a quick rundown of what I myself have committed to buying. Now, if you are a seasoned, practiced comic book buyer, you know what that means. But I feel like I should explain this to maybe those of you who've wandered into this video by accident. When I say I've committed to buying certain books 2 months before they go on sale, that may sound a little mystifying, a little weird, and here's the thing, you're not wrong. It is weird, but it's how I've bought my comic books for the past 25, 30 years or so. So real quickly, here's what happens. There are, at best guess, about 2,000 comic book stores nationwide. These days, that's just about the only place where you can get a comic book. Now, those stores get their books from one of a couple different distributors, and it's not like a bookstore. If something goes unsold, they can't just return it back to the distributor for credit. Once something gets delivered to their store, it's theirs. If it doesn't sell, they are stuck with it. So it is in their best interest to try and determine as best they can what their customers actually want to buy, so they know what to order and how much of it to order. So what most stores do is they offer what's called a pull list. Most will actually give a small discount to their customers off the retail price for that pull list. And what happens is the customer will commit to buying an item when it's solicited, which is a couple of months before it actually arrives in the store for sale. And so it's kind of a win-win symbiotic relationship. As I said, the store ends up knowing what to buy so they don't end up with too much. The customer is sort of insured against the store buying too little. They guarantee that they're going to get the book that they want. Now, I am somewhat fortunate in that the store where I get my books, which is .com Comics and Collectibles in Freeport, Maine, I actually work for the company that owns that store. So on top of a pull list discount, I also get a little bit of an employee discount. So that helps me to kind of mitigate the retail pain just a bit. I do spend a fair amount on comic books. I have a spouse-induced limit, but it's fairly generous. I will tell you, especially when she's listening. I spend about $25, $30 a week on comic books, about $120 per month, and that is after the discount. So in this video, I'm going to go through and tell you what made the cut, what I will be getting, and I invite you to leave a comment below if you think I'm nuts on what I'm getting, or more particularly, if there's something that you love that I'm not getting, right? Because you can't buy everything. As long as I've been buying comic books, I still don't know everything about all of the things. And so if there's a book that you love and it's not on my pull list, leave a comment below and let me know why that book turns you on so much. Make your pitch, and maybe I will go out and buy it myself. It's not too late. I could still get it off the stands. The store does usually order a little extra of everything so that there are things there for casual customers, normies who just wander in. I might have to, if it's a small press comic, have to jump through some hoops to get it, but make your pitch. If it's strong enough, I would be happy to do that. And maybe you've made a sale. Maybe you've turned somebody else onto the book, and you have a fellow fan for life on your favorite book. But other than that, please do like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, good or bad, thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't really matter. This is a new channel, so any interaction is going to help me out with the algorithm, help this channel to grow so we can do more of these types of videos in the future. And one more thing before we get started, if I may, and this is kind of the commercial of this video, you will see a web address down at the bottom of the screen throughout this video, and that is to the Halloween mystery sets that my company puts out. I mentioned that I work for the company that owns the comic book store where I shop. My job primarily is grading the books that we sell on eBay, but I also build these mystery sets. And the Halloween set is 10 random books, anything from Golden to Silver Age, guaranteed overstreet value of at least $40. And I can tell you, as the one who put the sets together, it's frankly a little more than that. In some cases, a fair amount more. But it's just $30, and that includes postage. And here's the kicker. 1 in 9 boxes will have a bonus 11th book, and one of those bonus books is actually a Tomb of Dracula #1. So jump right on that. You're going to want to act fast because, as I mentioned, there's 75 sets. We put them up, and within 2 days, they were half gone. Might already be gone by now, frankly. But hey, never fear. If you go to that site and the Halloween sets are sold out, we do still have some of our regular Series 2 sets, and those are pretty much the same deal. It's just that it's a more random selection. It's not limited to just horror and mystery books. So, okay, that's it. That's the commercial. Let's get into the pull list. And here it is. Now, the mainstay of my collecting has always been DC Comics, but I have been buying fewer and fewer DC books of late. And for November, I will be buying just 6. Now, by my count, DC solicited 52 new offerings for November 2020. That does not include any trade paperback or hardcover reprint collections, although it does include any reprints in a regular comic book format. Why is that? Because. It's just because that's how I wanted to count it. But 52 new books from DC coming in November. If you bought everything, it would cost you $247.49. The 6 books that I'm getting cost me $22.94, or at least not cost me, but that's the retail. So I'm getting Batman number 102 and 103, Batman The Adventures Continue number 6, Hawkman number 29, that's actually the last issue of that series, Legion of Superheroes number 11. Now, up to this point, I've led you to believe that what's on my pull list are books that I can recommend to you. Well, actually, I am a big Legion of Superheroes fan, so I will buy anything Legion related, but I cannot recommend this book to you. I actually recommend you don't buy it. Because it's pretty awful. So that's a no buy for you, even though it's a buy for me. Legion of Superheroes number 11, and then Looney Tunes number 257, and that was just an impulse buy. Once I got to the end of my pull list, I realized I was quite a bit under budget, and so I just went in and threw that in just for fun. Of note, the average on DC Comics of those 52 books will be $4.26. The median is $3.99. Marvel Comics, I am getting 7 books in November. It's a little bit of a miscount there, I guess, though, in that 4 of those books are the $1 True Believer discounts. And it's because of those $1 books that Marvel, their average is actually below the median. They've got a median price in November of $3.99. Their average is $3.77. Marvel is soliciting 72 books, a total retail value. If you bought everything, Marvel is putting out $271.38. I myself will be buying Daredevil number 24, Marvel number 2, and that one I'm only getting just because it has an Evan Dorkin story in it, and Strange Academy number 5. That's it, just 3 regular series for me. I'm skipping all of the event stuff. And the True Believers I'm getting, pretty much any True Believer I don't have the original issue of, I will buy the $1 reprint. So another thing I will tell you, just scrolling back up, Marvel, DC, and some of the other companies too, but those two particularly are putting out way too much product. And they've actually cut back from what they used to put out. But you've heard me harp on this in some of my other videos if you've seen them. There's just a glut in the comic book market. The publishers are putting out more than the market can actually sustain. And you know, if you go back to when I was a kid, there were only like 5 or 6 publishers, and they only put out at most like 40 books a month, Marvel and DC. And I would tell you that that's probably the limit of what they should be publishing now. 72 books costing $271.38. That's just too damn much. No one customer can buy all of that. And the same goes for DC, $52 for 247, too much. Neither one of those companies should really be publishing more than 10 books a week, 40 books a month. Image is kind of right on that benchmark that I've sort of arbitrarily set. I'm getting 5 books from Image. Crossover number 1, which is the new Donny Cates book. Firepower number 5, Sea of Stars number 9, Stillwater number 3, and The Goddamned, The Virgin Brides number 5, the last issue of that limited series. So Image is putting out 41 books. If you bought everything they're putting out, $165.59, an average price of $404, and again, their median is also $399. Dark Horse. This is probably, it's going to be the first time in the existence of Dark Horse that I'm buying more Dark Horse books in a month than I am, well, on par with Marvel and DC anyway. So what I'm getting from Dark Horse is Bang, number 5, last issue of that limited series. Bill and Ted Are Doomed, number 3. Norse Mythology, number 2. The Orville, number 3. Skulldigger and Skeleton Boy, number 6, also the last issue of a limited series. And X-Ray Robot, number 4, and that is also the last issue of that limited series. So I think in December my Dark Horse list is going to go down a fair amount, unless they come out with a whole swath of new cool books. But Dark Horse will be publishing just 28 books in November, a retail dollar value of $226.72 if you got everything. Their average is a little higher, actually quite a bit higher, $8.10. That's because Dark Horse is putting out more original material in the trade paperback or hardcover format. Their median is as well $3.99. Now let me scroll down below this a little bit, because there are 3 mid-tier publishers: Boom Studios, Dynamite Entertainment, and IDW Publishing. I am not buying anything from any of those publishers, but just to let you know, Boom will be offering 19 new books in November, $105.81 if you wanted to buy everything. Their average cover price is $5.57. They also have a median of $3.99. Pretty much $3.99 is the median everywhere. Dynamite is offering just 11 books. Total value of $43.89, an average of $3.99. Of course, Dynamite's thing is alternate covers, and all of the counts to date have not included alternate covers. Dynamite only publishing 11 books, but every book has as many covers as it does pages. So, I mean, in truth, Dynamite is putting out about 100 different books. Or I should say, 100 different versions of these 11 books. IDW, teetering right on the edge of financial collapse, as the online rumors have it. IDW will be offering 29 new books in November, a retail dollar value of $151.71. Their average, $5.23. And again, just nothing appealed to me from any of those 3 publishers. Of the smaller publishers, I am getting 2 books from Ahoy Comics, Happy Hour number 1 and Penultimate Man number 2, and as that's 2 of the 3 books that they are offering up that month. Albatross Funny Books, this is the Eric Powell company, so I'm getting The Goon, Grumble, Memphis and Beyond the Infinite, and Hillbilly, The Treacherous Treason of 12 Toes Maggie. What a great title. And so there's only 1 book from Albatross I'm not getting, and it's the Tank Girl book. And then finally, I did, and if you watched the video I did on the small publishers, I was really on the fence about Ever the Way Out from Abstract Studios just because of the cover price. And just because, what Terry Moore does there is seemed to grow stale over the last few years. He's done a lot of different series since Strangers in Paradise originally ended, and they have all got kind of the same flavor, and I thought this was going to be just more of the same, so I was a little hesitant, but I like his work enough that I finally bit the bullet because I was under budget anyway and went ahead and bought that. So again, 30 books I will be buying, $121.74, the retail value. So, what do you think? Do you agree with my picks? Do you think there's anything here that you just would not buy, just would not want in your collection if I gave it to you? And what are you buying that I'm not, that you really think that I should be buying, either in addition to or instead of some of this stuff? But anyway, that is the pull list for me, and I will be back soon with all of the December offerings and snarking on those. So until that video, goodbye, good luck, and please be good to each other.